On all levels except for physical paper, I have a music degree. I am a vocal music education major. So let me explain. I have completed all the requirements that a vocal music education major needs, except for the student internship. Because of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour, I don't know if it's necessarily the safest for me to do my internship next semester, and I also don't know if our schools will even be doing normal learning next semester. So at this point, I'm just saying I'm almost done, and I am almost a music major, and I have the credentials to assess and critique other singers. I decided to do this series out of boredom. It's definitely not a original series. I've seen a lot of other YouTubers do this series, and so this is by no means original content whatsoever, but I'm bored and it's quarantine. So here we go. I decided for my first video to be critiquing Gabbie Hanna. And I know that's not the most original critique, but it's what a lot of my friends have suggested, and I think it's a good place to start. I haven't really seen any Gabbie Hanna videos or Gabbie Hanna music videos, except for the infamous Monster lyric breakdown music video, and I've only really seen a few seconds of that, so this is a genuine first reaction to everything that I am watching. I am not going to be critiquing Gabbie Hanna's character or addressing any of the rumors about her. I'm not going to be even critiquing her lyric writing because that is not my specialty. I am solely going to be critiquing vocal technique because that is what I specialize in. Also, it's laundry day, so this is my shirt. I love it. Don't at me. Let's get started, shall we? So the performance I'm going to be starting with the critique is her Butterflies acoustic performance. I didn't really see a lot of content to use for her pillowcase performance, which comes earlier in this video. My main critique for Gabbie here is in her Butterflies performance.
Oh, mood lighting, yes queen.
Mood lighting.
I knew who you were from the start. I just wrong.
Not to start critiquing right away, but here she tries using a breathy onset. What an onset is, for my viewers who aren't as quite familiar with the vocal world, an onset is the beginning of a phrase. It's how you come into a phrase. So when I'm talking, hi, that's a glottal stop because it sounds like I'm stopping. Breathy stop would be hi, and a normal one would be hi. I know there's like small differences, but right here Gabbie is using a breathy onset, which can be good for some pop performances, but during live performances it tends to be tricky because it can make the singer sound flat, even if they're not necessarily actually flat. So something you're going to be able to tell about me really fast is that I don't have a good poker face, and I kind of make a face when people are out of tune. I'm not trying to mean offense to anyone, that's just like a muscle tick. The reason you saw that is because her oohs sounded a little bit off. When you're singing vowels like ooh or e, those are very forward in your mouth. What Gabbie is doing here is she's not giving that vowel the proper lip modification that it needs, so that causes her voice to sound flat even though she might not necessarily be singing the wrong notes. It's just her lips are not in the right shape for those notes to be sounding as they should be.
This is gonna hurt, this is gonna hurt. Give it all we can, it'll never work. This is gonna hurt, this is gonna hurt. Give it all we can, it'll never work.
It really sounds like Gabbie is straining her throat here in an attempt to have a chest belt, which a lot of amateur singers do as a mistake because that's kind of what they hear, is that strain. That is not the proper way to sing a chest belt. It takes a lot of training to sing a chest belt, and I would highly recommend that if you are using songs or singing songs with these chest belts that you get proper vocal training, because it can be very damaging for your throat. Her alignment in this video doesn't really necessarily help the strain on her throat either, because she's very closed in on herself as she's singing. When you're doing a chest belt like she's trying to do here, you need to have a lot of space so you can have the space within your chest to have that resonance, so you can have the space within your jaw, and so you can have just that comfort, for me at least. You can even hear her voice starting to get tired because of all the belting. You can hear the even that breathiness. is all from stressing her voice. There's not a lot more for that video, but the main thing that I got from that is she really strains her voice by trying to do this chest belt. She also just has a very breathy onset, which tends to make her sound flat, even though she might necessarily not be flat. The next video that we are going to focus on is the monster video. Like I said, I'm not going to be judging her lyric writing. I can't write lyrics to save my life, so I'm not going to judge someone for a skill that I can't do. But I can judge on singing, so here we go.
Praying in my head that you stayed, and I hope you'll miss me eventually.
So I can't completely criticize her because she is singing on the spot. She's singing without accompaniment. She's just kind of referencing the song. But from what I'm getting from this is that a lot of her focus is in her nose. That's a very common sound in pop, but it's not a vocally wise way to sing. Putting all your focus in your nose, you're not going to sound clear. I think she's trying to get the nasally sound on purpose for that aesthetic sound. I don't think it's necessarily coming out the way she wants it to.
People wanna talk when I'm not around to hear. Really, they don't know what I'm made of.
So if you can hear that no, that thing, I can't really imitate it. You might have been able to hear it. I'm gonna try to replay it.
They don't know what I'm.
That's from a lot of strain on her voice. And so it's clear that she sings like this a lot. Otherwise, that crack wouldn't have shown. Cracks tend to show signs of vocal tension. Ooh, here we go. I haven't even started this, but I just see her face. This should be fun.
What if I'm the monster?
Hold on.
What if I'm the monster that's been here all along?
Oof. Like I said in her Butterflies performance, that is a lot of throat tension. That is not good for you. I feel like a broken record, but I would really recommend for Gabbie Hanna to get belting lessons because she clearly wants to use it in her music, but she's doing it in a way that is damaging her voice, and I don't want anyone to damage their voice. That's just who I am.
So
oh,
what
no,
if
this
I'm
is the meme.
monster that's been here all along?
I just feel bad for her throat. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be mean, but I just feel bad for her throat. For aftercare for stuff like this, I would highly recommend throat coat and rest. Okay, so now that I've reviewed the meme, I'm just gonna probably go through one more. I'm gonna review her Medicate song at her Patreon assembly.
I'm unwell, thanks for asking. Don't mind me, cause I'm just passing by in this light. Been a while, thought that you forgot, but that's alright. Have you been? Glad to hear it. Just one question, if you can bear it. Do you ever miss me too? Cause I spend my days still thinking of you.
Something I will say about Gabbie Hanna's singing is I think she does a really good job of this whisper singing. Her whisper singing is pretty encapsulating, in my opinion, and it draws the audience in. She has a very good low range, and I was really impressed by her drop to that low note.
Doctor, smile, kill me with kindness, and don't ask about the side effects. Swallow hard, kill sadness with science.
So now that she's actually gotten out of that whisper singing, you can start to hear that her focus is starting to go into her nose. That's something that I think Gabbie Hanna needs to work on, is to bring that focus from her nose, out of her nose, into her mouth. And ways she can do that is she can plug her nose while she's singing, and if her singing is affected by the nose plug, then that means her focus has been completely instilled in her nose. But if she can sing without that nose plug and sing fine, then her focus is not in her nose. And the nasaliness is affecting her pitch. Her pitch problems weren't happening with the whispering.
Can you medicate a broken heart? Make your tragedies a work of art.
Yeah, all the pitch problems are coming from her tiny voice. I'm gonna stop there. What is my conclusion? I think Gabbie Hanna has a lot of potential. I think that her whisper voice sounds very good. It's very encapsulating. She can get her pitch centered with that whisper voice. When she starts to put all her focus in her throat and her nose is when her singing becomes very pitchy and flat and sounds strained. My recommendation for Gabbie Hanna would, if she hasn't already, I don't know, get vocal training. I would also recommend that she takes the time to do throat exercises every day, because I can tell that the strain that she's already used on her voice has affected it. So I would recommend taking laryngeal exercises just by massaging your throat like this. I would do the nose exercise that I referenced earlier, and I would take voice lessons because the chest and nose dominance is really affecting your voice. So that's the end of my video. If you want to see any more critiques, please let me know. I had a lot of fun doing this. We'll see about editing though. So, bye!